Show&tell. Hi guys, I'm Judy and today I'm going to be watching Lord of the Mysteries Season 1, Episode 8. I got a comment on my last video, like the video for Episode 7, that said that this is where, the episodes start to get really good, or I think the author said that he likes these episodes or something from Episode 8 onwards in the season, so that's exciting. Last episode, Klein realized with the help of Zeke, just kind of mentioning the fact that, are there any coincidences that happened to you? And then Klein started noticing all the coincidences, and there were definitely a lot of them. Like pretty much everything was kind of tied into this thing where it seems like there's someone behind the scenes pulling the strings, maybe literally, I don't know at this point. And we haven't found out yet who it is. But we know it is. We know there's a person somewhere there, and that Klein got a clue in one of his divinations as to where that is. Klein also finished digesting his potion, so it's about time that we get... he finished digesting the potion and also got the recipe for the next sequence, so yeah. We just need like the Holy Cathedral or whatever to look at it, and then he's going to be able to go to the next sequence probably. And also we had this weird ritual happening with this guy who was, he was part of this scam, something to do with our Nazis mountains, the iron ore, something in there. So, and then we saw that, a month before that he did this weird ritual using the missing head of Zeke's son in order to summon something, it seems like. So that was very creepy. We don't know exactly what. Also, this reaction, I think I'm going to react to the episode and then actually combine that with the reaction to also the Mysticism class and the Chibi episode this week. So it's going to be a big reaction with everything in it. That's fun, right? And also the episode's going to be fresh in my mind. I just watched it, and then I'm going to go to the Mysticism and everything in the Chibi. So I think it's going to work out perfectly. Let's get into episode 8. Check out my Patreon for full reactions. Subscribe. Let's go. Let's see if we manage to find something more concrete about whoever it is behind the scenes. Yeah. Okay. So, do we want to take them on right now? Right. Zeke? Oh, hi. Oh, we're fishing. That's nice. Oh, you told him everything? Did we get the charm? The way to create a charm, not the sequence? Number 4 or something? Maybe we got both? Losing control? Who's losing control? We've had a lot of people lose control, but now it's going to be possibly Klein. Hello! Oh, they found another page? So what did you give him? Okay. What price? What?
1000磅，不能连好的旧钞。我去，1000磅。
I think she can do that, but she'll say yes.
还是送到之前那个地址吗
Was he joking? I don't.
没错，还是同样的。
He didn't think she would say yes.
同样的，收货人，其中公认最早的是摩斯苦修会。
Right, but you heard about them.
序列性叫做窥密人。
In this previous.
这个组织的成员信仰知识本身，但如今已堕落成了邪恶组织。
Oh,
为什么
an evil
崇拜
organization.
知识并不邪恶呀？
但如果知识本身活了，传言隐匿贤者活了， 他变成了人格化的邪神。
我买份报纸。
克莱恩，那是枪。
这个其实，我现在也兼职了警察部门的历史顾问，枪是配发物品。
Wow, okay.
不用等我吃饭了。针对黑夜女神信徒，应该是阿兹克先生动手了。
哎，你急什么？
您有先生和
Who?
是他。
Also, what is Zeke doing attacking like worshippers of the Evernight Goddess? But without casualties? In order to gain information? I'm not sure. Possibly. Punisher. I guess he worked with us at some point. When we were following Trissy or something, I guess.
2杯南威尔啤酒，他买单。
They're on him.
就知道跟我纠结。
尼尔先生，你们好。
莱特，再加一杯，还是？知道。你是为码头那事儿来的吧？
Okay.
真邪门的，闹个鬼还挑信仰，只针对黑夜。从形态上看很古老，像是第4季的亡灵。
可以确定是阿兹克先生出手了。接下来该我上场了。
It's your turn.
我敬2位一杯。
我之前就
Okay, we made
你
friends.
是个人才，考虑考虑，加入我们代发者怎么样？
行了，赶紧走吧你。
Uh-huh.
抱歉打扰了。老尼尔，队长找。
Why do you always look? You have the same pose, Leonard.
队长，让我去吧。突发事件灵体诡异，我想占卜应该能帮上忙。
Okay.
对嘛
？50岁以上有双倍任务补贴。
哎，我觉得克莱恩的话还是有道理的，我会帮助他准确运用这个侦查。
Go done.
不要鲁莽行事，只有30782最合适。
哦，变异的太阳圣辉。当时我们1分钟就清除掉了古堡怨魂，如果这次也
不行。码头人员密集，使用风险太大。
那些诡异的亡灵里，万一有个强力的怨魂，再加上那里又是代法者辖区，我们要是没能及时控制事态，到时候还要回来找你搬救兵，这实业者的名声恐怕不好收场啊。
What do you want to happen, Klein?
好吧。
Why are you laughing?
I
don't know what he's up to.
是故意的吧？啊？但我劝你最好放弃不实际的幻想。
What fantasies? What are you talking about?
你也不可能发现我的秘密。
We don't give a shit about you.
不稀罕你同学。
那种漂亮男人，我在议员老爷和贵妇们怀里看到过，能行？中间那俩毛都没长全呢。
Klein doesn't care.
听说有点东西啊？有什么呀？一把年纪了，连鬼没驱跑，自己都变成鬼了。
Dudes.
为了这次驱魔，我们专门备了圣水、圣灰和大蒜。哎，我看报纸介绍过，这些都是驱魔仪式必备。哇，居然还真是专业的。
Okay. Oh no. Leonard was just like, I'm out of here.
盖特警长，快调集人手！
The effect. What is happening? The haunted is causing this?
大哥，演戏演全套，不要暴露我。
Oh no. Oh, okay. It's actually going to. Yeah, it's actually going to do something. Exorcise him.
接下来，我们的驱魔师将正式开启仪式，净化邪灵。为什么是我？新人福利。
Trust Leonard to delegate.
Not so delayed to learn.
Oh God, that is just embarrassing. What are you doing? Okay, yeah, we saved our reputation. I'm not sure exactly what the point was for all of this. What's happening? Oh, whoa.
没事吧，女士？
富尔安先生，
Okay. Oh, she's the pregnant lady.
他刚刚踢我了。
我负责跟着这可怜的姑娘，看能不能找到她未婚夫兰尔乌斯。
Whatever, I don't remember his
兰
name.
尔乌斯，
Yeah.
1万多磅的诈骗犯，
Yep.
上面让排查此案有没有涉及非法，
少喝点儿，当心喝死了。
死于酗酒。那可再好不过了。
I guess. Maybe. I'm not sure about that. He doesn't look that old. Is he that old?
空了就去我家喝酒唱歌。
沙里斯特，
啊，我妻子。沙利斯特走了有好些年了，那一帮老家伙现在也只剩下福尔安和我了。
What happens?
只要不失控而死，就是
Right, okay. I guess in comparison,
好了，去清除其
drinking
他地
is
方的
maybe a
血
better
缘
way
吧
to go than losing
抓紧
control.
时间。
码头灵异事件的起因，什么都占卜不出来。
你看到的应该是南大陆的倒金字塔。无论是东西拜老还是高地王国，只有所谓的死神后裔，才能为自己修建这样的陵寝。
Descendants of
死
death.
神，阿兹克先生是在一片石堆中苏醒的，
Right.
难道就是苍白之灾战场？
I
如果阿兹克
guess.
先生真是死神后裔，
Descendant
那
of
么取
death.
走阿兹克先生孩子的头骨，就更值得警惕了。内地亚斯拉弗蒂，东地亚斯蒂亚莫，兄弟亚弗蒂，安诺蒂拉弗，拉拉卡弗拉勒，祈求你赐予我完成扬言符咒的力量。
Okay.
请将你的力量传递给我的符咒。
Will it work? What? Or like he's creating two of them? Leonard noticed something. What now? Oh no. What the hell is happening? Did Klein cause this? Is some kind of monster in the water? Oh no. What are you shooting at? Oh fuck. They were... Okay, that didn't work. What the hell is this thing? Oh, okay. But... why was he in the water? Go Leonard. It could be very cool.
当心，他失控前至少序列8。
Like, where did this beyonder come from?
没有指令，你们也不要靠近。
I'm guessing it's not a coincidence. Is someone from the Sailor Secrets? Because like they turned into a sea creature? Does that have anything to do with anything? I don't know, I'm making that up. Oh no. What? Leonard is so cool. I'll give him that. Oh my god. But he's struggling though. Oh, oh, oh. Go, Klein. I'm assuming it's Klein that did that. Good job. Let's go. Teamwork. That did not work. Okay, shit. Oh no. Oh shit. Oh, Klein. Oh my god. Klein. Seriously? He didn't want to attack Mia? It's not Haver, is it? He just became strong. What just happened? Did he enhance himself or something? Shit, shit. Klein. What?
这也能行？
What the hell? It is! Oh no. Oh, he just lost control? Out of the blue like that? Or something happened.
福尔安先生，
It just happened. Well, I guess... I don't know.
他已经彻底失控。
我来吧。
He was a sailor,
尼尔先生，你的手。
halfway. I mean, he lost control, but he still held himself back, you know? When he saw Neil, he didn't want to attack him. I guess now he's all alone, though. That's sad. Like, to have all your friends be dead? It's really sad.
莎莉斯特女士，
Yeah. I'm gonna see them.
福尔安先生，
Oh,
为什么会突然
yeah,
失控？
why? Something must have happened. What? What? What did he see? Like, he saw 2 rings, which I would assume was Neil's and his wife's, maybe? Yeah, it happened after you did, right after you did the charm thing.
这么短的时间，
But I don't,
是什么原因导致的失控？
but I don't know why.
队长说过，大多数职业者都死
Yeah,
于
he did
失
say
控。
that.
那我还要队长他们，是不是也
Seems like
逃不过
it
这种
seems
宿命？
like that is what happens.
怕什么？连神的样貌都
Scary.
能薅到手，凡事总有办法解决。
Okay.
非凡能力越强，就能降低失控风险。
Yeah,
也许可以
would
找
make
时间
sense.
把扮演法透露给队长他们，也是时候晋升小丑了。
Wait, let me see that again. I think it was just maybe just realizing how sad it was that everyone's gone.
好好的，
Oh, that he has all the things that they had. Like he keeps them as mementos, I guess. Like that's all that's left of his friends and everyone he cared about, I guess. That is sad.
无论是笔记的引诱还是幕后黑手，我应该都有一战之力。
Hopefully, like he's very confident in that. I think maybe he just wants to
无
reassure
法应对
himself.
非凡失控，那我还要队长他们。
That is scary. Just to realize that all of your like comrades and colleagues you face this end and you might end up like on nil all alone.
凡事总有办法解决。
Hopefully. Maybe I can find a way to leak the acting method to the captain and the others. Like to help them advance, I guess. Like, I mean, I guess the stronger you become, the less likely it is. Like the more you advance in the sequences, the less likely it is to you lose control. I guess that's what the conclusion you came to. Hopefully that's true.
队长他们
Although to me it seems like it would be the
晋升
opposite.
小丑了。
I don't know, like the more power you have, I feel like it would be harder to control it. But I can see how, like, on the one hand, you like say, like, if you look at it this way, then you're thinking like, you have like even more of a drive to advance in order to prevent yourself from hopefully, you know, losing control. But I don't know, I feel like, it feels to me like it makes more sense to me in my head that you are more likely to lose control if you become stronger, you know? Like that there's more power. I mean, I can see how it could be both ways. I can see how it would make sense that like, okay, sure, like I have to advance to the next sequence in order to, you know, lower the chances of me losing control. But I just assumed it was the opposite before. Like you play with more power, but more powerful powers. It makes sense to me that there would be like a bigger cost to that, you know? Maybe there are other costs, like the losing control cost. Yeah, that was sad to realize this about Neil. Like, I mean, the thing is that we didn't really know this guy that well. Like, we only got to see him like here in the scene with Neil, and then suddenly it was like, oh yeah, he's my best friend. Like, he's the only one left. Blah blah. I wish, like, I have this wish that we could have expanded on that, or like seen him in more scenes or something to just feel the loss more keenly, but it was still sad. It was still sad because we care about Neil, obviously, and to see him just living in, you know, in a home where there's nothing, like everything is kind of covered in dust, and like no one's alive there. Like there's only him, and all he has are mementos of his dead friends. Like that's really sad. But I wonder if it was supposed to be, if it was another coincidence that had nothing to do with anything, you know? The fact that he just like lost control. I mean, do you just lose control out of the blue, or is it when you try using your abilities? I guess it seems like it's just out of the blue. Like there's no, you know, warning or anything, which is crazy. That was what Klein was struggling with, like saying to himself, he looked fine. You know, I saw him and everything was fine. Why did this suddenly happen? I don't know if there's supposed to be like a reason for this, if we're going to find out that something happened, or if it just is just like, this is the point, that it just happens randomly and you can't even ward against it. And, you know, there's like no reason for it to just happen, I guess, which is just sad. Like, immediately after, you know, Neil talked about it too. Like, he was just like, yeah, he's the last friend that I have left. And then suddenly he's like gone. And also they talked about how, you know, yeah, it's like about how he was drinking too much. And he was like, no, that's the best way to go. And he didn't go that way. Like for me, I was like thinking, is this the best way to go? Like from drinking? But, you know, when you consider the fact that they just live with the shadow of like knowing that they could lose control at any point and just die that way, then I guess you would kind of wish for any kind, maybe not any other death, but like a death that you maybe choose for yourself in some way, you know? So that was sad. Poor old Neil. And it also made Klein realize, like, okay, I have to do something about this. Like, at first he was like panicked, thinking like, oh shit, you know what? And like, it doesn't matter how much power, and no, it's not what he said, but he was like, I have like these powerful charms that I just made, and that's not even going to help me, like, you know, like all this power, and I can't really do anything against someone losing control. Like, that's a very frightening thought of realizing like there's nothing you can do. Like, if it happens suddenly to someone you know, there's nothing you can do. But then he was like, okay, wait, no, I can do things. Like, I mean, I don't know if a lot of it is just like him trying to comfort himself, like thinking, okay, like he said, I can, what was it? Take advantage of gods or something. Like, yeah, he definitely has more power than others do in this world because of the fog and stuff. So I guess he was just like, okay, calm down. Like, you have ways to deal with this. You have like special, you know, abilities more than anyone. And it's not only himself he's worried about, though. He's worried about everyone. Like, realizing the kind of fate that Neil had to deal with. He's like, okay, I can, like, maybe I can find ways to, I guess, to figure out how to help everyone. I think that's what he meant. To digest their potions more, like, effectively and more, like, quickly. As much as possible, like, defend against the possibility of losing control. So now he has, like, even more of a cause to work at this. Not just for himself, for everyone. And that's, I think, where the tarot club meetings are going to come in, because he gains all the information, not all, but a lot of the information he just gains from them. Well, from them, or from accidentally gazing directly at a god, or whatever he does with his divinations and stuff, and with the gray fog as a helper. Yeah, this was a really cool episode, like making it very real, like this, because we were talking about it in the first episode, the second episode, when Dan was, you know, warning him, like, okay, you know, I want to show you what happens to us, you know? But it wasn't really touched up. And like we dealt with more people. I mean, we dealt with the guys who lost control, who kidnapped Elliot, and then the guy who lost control, like just last episode, Sirius Arpus, who lost control. But it was just like an inconvenience of like, oh yeah, okay, we need to deal with them. Also, Leonard said like, oh, you know, it happens a lot more around you. Something like that. So that's also interesting. I was wondering, like, the first time, like, I mean, if something is being, you know, if Klein's story is being dictated by someone behind the scenes, then maybe in some way it caused Haver to lose control. I mean, Haver was kind of like investigating or trying to investigate the Lanavis case, you know, maybe that. And that already we know is kind of, is in some way connected to everything with the Zeke. So maybe it caused this somehow. Something triggered this. I don't know. I don't know. Like, it's one thing to deal with, like, Beyonders losing control when they're kind of your enemies and you're kind of, like, going after them. But then when it's someone on your side that you're friendly with, that would be a problem. I don't know. I can't say for sure that it's Klein's involvement that caused this, but there's something a little bit fishy about it. Sorry for the pun, I guess. Sort of. Let's see, I guess, yeah. Let's go into, I'm just going to open up the Chibi episodes. The Chibi episode and the Mysticism. And we're going to do it all in this reaction. It's going to be fun. Right off, you know, the episode. It's going to be great. Let's see what it's about.
二姐，又到发薪日了，大家还等着领上上个月的钱呢。
钱风暴组织是给了，但学奖一半，给我1天时间，心思我全数补上，而且双倍。
你失控了吗，二姐？
Okay, Alger, let's see what you're up to. I mean, it's interesting to see more about him, because honestly, we don't know anything about him. Right. Good job.
还能成为我的生财之道。
Seriously?
1000磅不连好的钞票。
Yeah, how'd that work out for her?
你想到了解决政府结构混乱、效率低下的方法。
考试，每年举行一场面对所有公众的考
that's what we
试，
heard.
选拔
That's
出
what
各
the
政府
fool
部门
told
的
her.
事务官员。
居然能提出连内阁都无法给到的建议。
Okay, great. Yay.
当然啦，这可是愚者先生给的建议。
So now you're going to
爸爸给
pay
你加
her?
零花钱，每个月多加1000磅。
Well, perfect. Okay, that worked for them. Awesome. Almost like it was designed that way or something. Almost a coincidence. Like too much of a coincidence. I don't know if there's a lot to know about Alger. Also, by the way, I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name right. Probably not. But anyway, but I mean, it was still cool to, I mean, did we even know he was a captain of a ship? I guess we kind of saw him on a ship or something. I don't know if I realized he was a captain. And he has money troubles, and now he's like, oh, okay, I can make use of this and actually become wealthy. I guess if he provides information that she's willing to pay for, then sure. Okay. He doesn't feel bad about that. He did provide information she didn't have, so it is fair, I guess. And then we also saw it pay off, you know, everything that the fool told her about this exam. Now she's used that, and her dad was like immediately happy about it. I don't know if I believe that it goes by, like the bureaucracy and everything goes by so like swimmingly. I don't know, like you know, that her father immediately like loved the idea, but sure, yeah, let's go with that. It's awesome. It worked in our favor. Okay, let's get into the mysticism class with old Neil. I don't know. I mean, considering this episode was like a large part of it was about him, I don't know if it's going to affect this class at all. I don't know. Let's see it.
好学的非凡者们，很抱歉，今天的神秘学课程有些沉重。我的老朋友福尔安因非凡失控，永远离开了。是的，非凡者都有失控的风险。我们的先祖们依靠惨痛的教训发现，如果直接服用高品阶、超常规的魔药，很容易当场发狂，比恶魔还恶魔。这是其中一种失控。第二种是有些人天生就拥有部分非凡特征。
Wait, so he said that if you consume a potion, a high sequence potion, then you could lose. I guess you have to make yourself ready to consume this potion as much as possible. Like you can't just advance really fast. Like obviously you need to know how to do it with like the acting and then everything. You do need to have more control the more you advance. Like you need to prepare yourself better and better, I guess. It seems like the risk grows with like the higher the sequence is, but if you like prepare yourself well, then, or maybe it's not really about advancing. Like, but maybe you don't have to advance. Maybe you just need to like, you know, digest your potion well, and then you're kind of have less of a risk to lose control. I don't know. Let's
句
continue.
话
Some
说，
people
就
are
是他们
born
等
with
于
some
半个序
extraordinary
列9的
traits.
非凡者，只能选择对应固定的序列途径。如
How
果
do they
服
know?
食成别的魔药，严重的直接死亡。
Wow, okay.
第
I guess
三
you
种
you
失
know.
控和第二种类似，一旦你选
Once
定
you
的
choose
序
a
列链
sequence from any
条，就
pathway,
只能沿着
you
这
only
个
continue
路
along
径
that
走下
pathway,
去。
right?
如果服食了别的路径的魔药，
You will
几
die.
乎可以肯定的是，处于半疯状态了。
They
而
have
这样的
crazy
机会
state.
只有一次，再往后，不管是服食原本路径的魔药，还是现在序列的魔药，都只有失控一种结果。第四种是最常
Wait,
见的。
what? I'm not keeping track. Whether you take a potion of the original path. Oh, after you took. Okay, after you took like a potion for a sequence from a different pathway, then nothing can help you. Like even if you take like a potion from your original pathway or a potion from like a higher sequence from the pathway you're currently on, you're gonna lose control. All right, that makes sense. All right.
的魔药还是现在序列的魔药，都只有失控一种结果。第四种是最常见的
Most
问题
common,
之一。
yes.
我们服食魔药，获得原本属于超凡物种的能力，或多或少都会受到影响。
Spiritual
也
powers.
许没有症状表现出来，但内心肯定有潜藏。在完全掌握魔药带来的非凡之力，排除掉那些微妙痕迹前，贸然服食更高序列的对应魔药，就会累积疯狂，累积失控。
Yeah, you need to like
最
before
后
you
一种
advance, you need
也
to
是
be
常见的失
fully
控原因
digested.。
对非凡者来说，灵感或多或少都有提高，于是就能听见别人无法听见的声音，看到别人无法看到的东西，
So if
遭
you
遇
kind of
别
allow
人
that.
不会遭遇的事情，时时刻刻都受到神秘的引诱和虚幻的蛊惑。
If
一
you
旦
give
有
in to
了
that
别的什么刺
temptation.
激，或者出现贪婪的欲望，那就会一步一步走向失控。现代职业者体系的创立者查尼斯曾经说过：“我们是守护者，也是一群时刻对抗着危
Yeah,
险
that's
和疯狂
Don
的
also
可
quoted
怜
that.
虫。”
Right. I strictly recommend Donghua only to skip this section. 318. Okay. Okay. What?
幸好你们还年轻，有大把的时间可以自己去探索。好啦，今天的神秘学
Okay,
课
you
堂
just skipped
就
the
到
end, I
这里
see.
了，你们慢慢消化和巩固吧。下节课同一时间我们再见。
All right. Yeah, there was a melancholy, definitely mood to this class. I mean, he was talking about something that just happened to his friend, his last friend. I mean, okay, there's still like the Nighthawks around him. Like he's not completely alone, but everyone, that he spent his days with is gone. So 5 reasons for losing control. 1, just when you take a potion, I guess, or a high sequence potion. So I guess if you skip, maybe, or something, you could lose control. Then if you if you choose a pathway and then you suddenly decide or somehow, I don't know, ingest a potion from a different pathway, then you will probably lose control. You might... No, actually that was the 3rd reason, I think. Don't remember what the 2nd was. I shouldn't have closed it. Okay, anyway, if you take the potion from a different sequence, a different pathway, I mean, then you could survive. There's a small chance you would survive in a half crazy state, and then it doesn't matter what you do after that. If you take a potion for another sequence or a potion from like the pathway you used to be, you're gonna lose control. It doesn't even matter, which sounds great. Don't remember what the 2nd reason was. I'll open that again. Sorry. I just closed it by accident. Like, wasn't really thinking about it. So what was the 2nd part? Consuming high sequence. Yeah, I guess, you just kind of consume a high sequence with no reason. Oh, right. Some people are born with certain characteristics that already kind of define for them what kind of pathway they have to choose, and then they can't choose anything else. All right, then the third reason is when you take a different pathway potion. And then the fourth was one of the most common. Oh, when you don't like you don't digest it right, I guess. Right. You have to be very careful about digesting the potion in the right way. And not like moving forward before you're ready for that, which makes a lot of sense. And then the fifth is just like the constant, I guess, temptation of like, you know, of the supernatural that's kind of surrounding you. And if you give in to that, then you might lose control. So all of that could have happened to Haber. We don't know for sure, but I still feel like there could be something weird about that. I did want to check again what Klein said in the episode itself. He said the more control you have over yourself, the less likely you are to lose control, which is kind of a given. But it seems like he meant the stronger they're beyond their powers. I guess I assume that the stronger they're beyond their powers means that they advance to a higher sequence, but it's not necessarily that. It just means that you gain control over the abilities you have at the current sequence, I guess. So that's why he wants to leak the acting methods to, you know, to everyone on the squad, I guess, so they can gain full control of the current potions that they have. Not necessarily for them to advance, I guess. So it's not really about advancing. I just kind of assumed that was what that was, but I guess it's not. It's just to be fully, you know, as much in control as possible of your current abilities, of the current potion, the current sequence that you're in, so that it wouldn't happen. All right, I think I got that right. So that's interesting. And that, I guess, a very important aspect of this world and what we're dealing with. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. I will see you next time in episode 9. Bye. Special thanks to my top Patreons: Red in Tier, Andy Plays All Night, Terranor, Michael Gabriel, Shadows Moon, Marsh, and Stone Tree. And to the rest of my amazing Patreons who without their support I would never be able to keep on doing this. Thank you so much.